Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy first day of true fall. Hope you're wearing something warm. It is like 52 degrees in my office right now. Wanted to welcome you all on behalf of Joe Podlasek. He's not able to join us today. We are hoping to, at one point or another, meet in person, but for right now, we are going to be holding these meetings in this virtual forum for as long as we have to. We do miss the camaraderie and the opportunity to network in person. So looking forward to someday starting that again. I wanted to just throw a shout out to a few students that are on with us, particularly 3 students from Schaumburg High School, Ria. You could all see Ria and Haley and Koyan Sola. Thanks so much for joining us today. And so then we are going to go ahead and begin the meeting with our mission moment slide.
Hi Coalition members, my name is Arya Shah. I'm a junior at Conant High School and I'm also a YAC leader. By the way, in District 211, YAC stands for Youth Advocates for Change.
And I'm Lucia Lynn. I'm a senior at Fremd High School, a YAC leader, and I spent my summer as a youth intern at the Kenneth Young Center, where I learned a lot about social justice.
Didn't you say you also learned something about flip-flops working there?
Yeah, that's right. I learned from the Community Collaborations Division Director, Shireen Payton, that flip-flops are not real shoes.
And what do you think about that?
I think it's time to welcome everyone to this meeting.
I agree. So on behalf of the youth sector and the Youth Advocates for Change, we are here to welcome everyone to the first coalition meeting of the school year.
That's right. And joking aside, we want to say thank you. Thank you to the coalition for your commitment to creating a healthy, safe, supportive, and productive community.
Yes, we really do want to say thank you. Last school year was trying, to say the least. Students faced remote learning, mental health, and academic challenges, and we didn't have the face-to-face support of people like our friends, teachers, and school social workers. Yet through it all, the CPYD coalition continued to meet, our YAC continued to meet, and we creatively and resiliently came up with ways to support and take care of each other.
I agree completely, and I just really love the concept of the coalition. I learned at KYC this summer that the coalition is made up of every sector of the community. So today we welcome teachers, police officers, parents, students, healthcare providers, clergy, government officials, business owners, and other youth-supporting community members. We are so glad you are here because we need all of you, especially in times of change and uncertainty.
Hey, Lucia.
Yeah?
Do you think we should tell them about the sector celebrities?
I think that's a great idea.
So some of our youth advocates came up with the idea of sector celebrities. These are community members who are allies with young people and people who are making our community better for everyone. Many of them are here at this meeting right now.
This year, our coalition YACs are hoping to get to know, learn, and honor some of our sector celebrities. So if you get invited to a YAC meeting, be sure to join us and know that we simply want to learn from you and to say thank you.
So that's it. Let a new year of work together begin. Welcome to the CPYD Coalition meeting.
It was awesome. Thank you so much. Dawn, did you have a hand in putting all of that together?
Oh my gosh, it's all the students, but I just want to say that that is our very first ever CPYD mission moment. We're going to have another one later on in this meeting, and we are hoping to have mission moments, a couple of them in each of our coalition meetings, to highlight some of the work that we're doing together.
Great work. Thank you so much for allowing our students leadership opportunities that are really not only impactful for us, but our community. Thanks so much. So today's agenda, are we on that part here? Today's agenda will include the opportunity for announcements, and we'll do that at different times, again, at the beginning and at the end. If you remember an announcement later on, we'll certainly allow you to present that. We'll review our subcommittee reports, our YAC update. We'll provide the group with some program highlights. We'll do our capacity building activity, which will be a survey, and then Recovery Month update and discussion. So chock-full agenda for sure. Marion, is this a good time for announcements?
I can go ahead with the introduction part if you want to switch to the next slide. Thank you so much, Yassi. And welcome everyone. My name is Dawn Mass, she, her pronouns. I am a project associate here at Kenneth Young Center, working with the coalition and subcommittees, and also I am the adult ally for the D211 YAC, and I'm was so happy to just see their video just now. So since we are the coalition for, or the Communities for Positive Youth Development with introductions today, why don't we go ahead and start out with the youth sector. There's going to be a time a little bit later in the meeting for the youth to do a report. So students that are on, in no particular order, if you just want to jump on and share your name, your pronouns, your year in school, and your school. So any students that are on.
I can go first. My name is Arya Shah. I'm a junior at Conant High School, and I prefer she, her pronouns.
I could go. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. So I'm Sadna. I'm a senior at Kona High School, and I go by she, her pronouns.
Do our okay, go ahead, please.
I'm a senior at Schaumburg High School, and I use she, her pronouns.
I'm Ria. I'm a senior at Schaumburg High School, and I use she, her pronouns.
Hello, my name is Coinsel George, and I'm a sophomore at Schaumburg High School, and my pronouns are she and her.
Great. Any other students that we missed? Thank you so much. Okay, so we obviously have a number of people here from our school sector. So again, in no particular order, if folks from schools want to share their name, pronouns, their school, and also we have allowed some time in the agenda during this part for any like updates or announcements from your school or agency. So at this time, we'll have school sector introductions.
I'll go ahead and start. This is Yassi Delgado, and I serve as the Director of Student Services at Schaumburg High School. My pronouns are she, her. And in terms of announcements, there are more personnel type of announcements. We have openings for teacher assistant positions. If anyone is interested in learning more, they can reach out to me. As well as our students across the district have been invited, not in a personnel employment kind of capacity, but invited to participate in 3 student leadership groups. 2 of them are brand new, and 1 is a continuing one. So students were invited to participate in one of those, the Principal Advisory Board that meets with the principal and 2 advisors to talk about school-related and district-related ways that we could bring awareness or address concerns or issues that students have. The second one is the student equity team in our work with increasing our advocacy and addressing systemic issues in terms of equity. We've invited teacher or students to participate in that and help lead some of those discussions as well as some of that work. And our third group is called the Student Wellness Team, and that is to address all levels of wellness for our Schaumburg High School community. So if you know of any students that might be interested in any of those three, they are welcome to contact me as well.
I could go next. My name is Beth Farr. I'm the Social Work Department Chair for Schaumburg School District 54. And my pronouns are she, her. I have no announcements right now.
I'll follow Beth since I'm also from Schaumburg District 54. My name is Cindy Gordon. I am the Director of Special Education Services here in our district. And I do have just a personnel announcement as well. Liana Patterson will be joining us in our next meeting. She will be our new department chair for school psychologists. Our former department chair has moved into an administrative position. So we'll welcome her at our next meeting. I have no other announcements. Thank you.
I can go next. My name is Danielle Casmasimo. I'm a counselor at Schaumburg High School as well as the SAP coordinator. I do have two announcements. The first is that Schaumburg has a newly established parent academy. So throughout the school year, staff and administration will be providing opportunities for parents to attend meetings, learn about various topics, and just find ways to connect our parents to our school community. Our next meeting will be the evening of September 29th. And the topic is social, emotional, and academic supports, both within the building that we offer, as well as how we can support our students outside of school as well. So if you are interested in participating or learning more about these meetings, I can put my email in the chat and you are welcome to contact me. The second announcement I have is we will be holding our annual Health and Wellness Fair, and this will be on Tuesday, November 23rd. So again, if your organization is interested in participating at this event, it will be during the school day, and I can follow up with additional details. Again, just reach out to me. I will put my email in the chat. Thank you.
Anybody else from the school sector? All right, we have some folks here I know from the government sector. So if those folks want to, again, introduce themselves, share any announcements.
Hi, this is Sue Zylstra from the FBI Community Outreach Department. My pronouns are she, her, and I wanted to say we have started our FBI Explorer program, and we're just very excited about that. And it is in person. We are no longer Zooming, thank goodness.
Good morning. This is Christy Wessel. I am the district director for Illinois State Rep Michelle Mussman. I'm sure she's all of your state reps. My pronouns are she, hers. Great to be here and start another year fresh, and excited for the work y'all are doing. I'm really impressed at your social media accounts and what I've been seeing. So I'm really proud of you all. So I can't wait to work more closely with you this next year, and we hope to see you all soon. Thanks.
Hi, good morning. I could chime in. My name is Ken Costello. I'm a military analyst and I work alongside the Drug Enforcement Administration. I have no updates at this time.
I can go. My name is McCalla Stokes. I am the Neighborhood Revitalization Manager for DuPage Habitat for Humanity. My pronouns are she, hers, and this is my first meeting, so I am just soaking in all of the information.
I'll go next. My name is Brian Freeman. I am with Northwest Compass. We are a local non-for-profit that does food pantry, homelessness services, legal help, and among other things, and housing and rental assistance. I'm also personally a lawyer, so I'm sorry I'm in and out because I'm actually zoomed into court today, and I'm going to be running around. So I've been here before. It's always great to see you guys and see the updates. The one thing I will say is we're trying to get the in-school food pantries. We started about 2 years ago back going, and we've done that in Rolling Meadows High School. We'd love to do it at Elk Grove High School, and we had done it 2 years ago, but I know with COVID it's a little harder. But that's our goal for the next month, is to get that food pantry going so that kids can have anonymous access to food without stigmatism for the coming school year, especially during the pandemic.
Hi, I'm Carrie Halusak, she, her, from School District 54. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and we're sort of just jumping around in the sectors now. So I would just throw it out there for anyone else, non-KYC staff that want to introduce themselves. We would love to have you do that.
This is Heather Melnick from the Bridge Youth and Family Services. I apologize for being late. I was having some technology issues this morning. Just a reminder that we do have our crisis intervention counseling for runaway, homeless, and locked out youth available 24/7 to anyone in the 6 Northwest suburban townships of Chicago, Cook County. We also have discretionary counseling. So that's 90 days of free counseling services for youth between the ages of 11 and 17 that are engaging in risk-taking behaviors, including truancy. If you have any questions about it, you can call the Bridge, and I'll put our number in the chat box.
Mike, we can't hear you. Okay. And we want to. While we're waiting for Mike to see if he can fix that, is there anybody else who has not gone yet and introduced themselves and shared any updates or announcements?
I haven't been able to go because I just joined. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
My name is Valerie Norris. I have been an exec committee person. I'm sorry. I've been an exec meeting person for quite a while. Sorry, I'm jumping from one Zoom meeting to another. I'm so sorry. I have a new title. I am the principal of the specialized schools. I'm no longer at Elk Grove High School, where I was for 22 years. So just previous to the start of the school year, I did get a new position, but my new school, thankfully, is in Elk Grove Township. So I will be able to continue my relationship with CPYD and Kenneth Young Center. My pronouns are she and hers. And that's pretty much my update in a nutshell. And we're looking to replicate a lot of the same programming that we did at Elk Grove and hopefully bring that over to the specialized schools.
Am I back?
Yep.
Okay, I switched microphones. We have a new one. I'm Michael Myers, Kingdom Impact Theater Ministries. We are at Elk Grove Village. And I'm glad to see that there are some students here because we have some potential, we have need for help in social media, video, and in journalism. So if you have in any of your groups, students who are looking for community service hours in those realms, please contact me. I did put my name in the chat. It says Vicki Myers. She's my co-founder with KIT Ministries. And we are particularly interested in working with students with a new project that we are developing called Faith in Resilience, Faith through Resilience, Resilience through Faith. So Michael Myers, the information's in the chat.
Thank you so much. Have we missed anyone that has not had a chance to introduce themselves? All right, if you want to switch to the next slide, I just want to share this is the leadership of our group. And then on the next slide, we also have, we could switch one more time, our KYC staff that are our leadership staff are listed here, and the folks whose names are in bold are with us in this meeting today.
Okay, so we will begin with our subcommittee updates. The executive meeting took place a couple of weeks ago to help plan for this meeting. And we have our next exec meeting coming up in November. We'll share with you any specific things that come out of that committee at our next meeting. We'll start with the data and strategic planning meeting, positive youth development, and then Elk Grove Township. Anyone on the data and strategic planning committee that'd like to give us a little bit of an update? Okay, anyone from the positive youth development? Or Elk Grove? Can we see that there? Go ahead.
Oh, I could just update Elk Grove. Ray Galarza is a key player over at Elk Grove High School. He works with the Youth Advisory Committee Council, the YAC, and they are steadfastly still continuing on planning an in-person Operation Snowball. And they're meeting weekly. Ray can't be here today. He's got another meeting to be at, but we're still very active in that regard.
Okay, thanks for that. If anyone is interested in joining the Data Strategic Planning Committee, Positive Youth Development, Elk Grove, we are always looking for new members. You are able to email Dawn at her email address there. And in terms of executive positions, our exec team does have a few positions open. You can see them listed there: Vice Chair, Treasurer, Recorder, and then the Elk Grove Subcommittee Chair. Again, if you are interested in learning more about those positions, please email Dawn. Okay, and then we're going to go to program updates. We'll start with the youth report. Is that Marion?
You know what, I can go ahead.
You're done?
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm so excited. So many students are here today. It's just so awesome. So thank you for being here. And Arya was in our video. So thank you, Arya. Arya is going to go ahead and give the D211 YAC report. But once Arya does that, if there are other D211 students here who want to share something, they are welcome to do so as well. And then in future meetings, we'll also have some reports from our other YACs. But today we have D211 represented here. So Arya, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here today, and thank you for having me. Like I said, my name is Arya Shah. I'm a junior at Conant, and I go by she, her pronouns. I'm also here with Sadna today. She's also a YAC leader. And today I just kind of wanted to talk about some new and exciting YAC opportunities and some plans for the year. So for a bit of background, I joined YAC last year through my teacher, Mr. Sobey's recommendation, and This year, I'm really excited to be a District 211 YAC leader. As mentioned before, YAC stands for Youth Advocates for Change, and we're a group of youth looking for opportunities to better our schools and communities. I've been present for many YAC activities such as the book drive, YAC to School, and the filming of the coalition videos that you just saw. Speaking of YAC to School, our YAC to School event was held on Friday, August 6th. We had members from Elk Grove High School and the Rainbow Room YACs attend, and District 211 YAC leader Lucia Lynn, who you also saw in the coalition videos, she led everyone through an activity to determine some YAC priorities for the year. Some of the brainstormed ideas we had included racial equity, LGBTQIA+ support, and positive mental health and body image. We just started a new school year of YAC, and the District 211 YAC actually just had its first meeting last Wednesday. We had a turnout of 18 students for our first meeting, which is like crazy because it's one of our biggest attendances ever. We also had many more students reaching out and expressing interest, so hopefully they'll join us soon. Currently, we're meeting on the first and third Wednesday of every month, and for now, it's going to be over Zoom. We're also hosting something this year called District 211 Youth Hangouts on the third Wednesday of every month, starting in October. So these would be like in-person meetings at the Kenneth Young Center, in which we would bring in those sector celebrities or youth allies that we talked about before to come in and share a presentation with us. After the presentations, we would all break up into small mental health focused groups of about 4 to 6 students, where they would share their highs and lows for the week and discuss the mental health topic from the presentation. At our monthly meetings, we will also be deciding on which projects to focus on for the year. Thank you all again so much for being here today. Your time is so valuable, and it's amazing to have youth representation along with the various sectors that we have here today. We're all looking forward to being a part of the coalition in the subcommittee meetings of the year. Thank you so much for your support, and stay safe.
Arya, thank you so much. Awesome job. And if there's anyone else from D211 YAC that wants to say anything or say hello, we did get to hear your voices in the introductions, but just want to give that opportunity if anyone else from D211 YAC would like to share something. Also, any questions of our YAC students from anyone?
I was just going to ask the YAC members, Don was gracious enough to share with us the YAC flyer. And so we are sharing that across our schools. But if there's any way that we could help advertise the events that you have planned or speak to students, please let us know. I'd be happy to be the conduit to the other schools, but you can let me know and I'll work with Mrs. Casamassimo to do that across our schools.
I have a question, if that's okay. Of the students, what can we do for you? What would you guys like to see us do during this new school year? What are you guys concerned about, whether it's safety or self-realization, whatever it is? What would you like us to do?
Well, at our first meeting, we talked a lot about things like school safety and also just mental health. I'm not sure that we have anything like planned yet, but I think like the more meetings we have and the more time we have to kind of plan out what we want to improve, I think we would definitely like be able to reach out and ask for help if that's okay.
And I think can you guys hear me better now?
Yep.
Okay, and I think the huge part about this year is acceptance, just being open to ideas and supporting us through all our crazy ideas, because everyone's struggling and we're trying to get back to our feet. But I think acceptance is probably the biggest thing that we could get from all our teachers and idols.
Thank you guys very much. I'm 40 and it might be shocking, but I don't realize what it's like to be young anymore. So it's great to have you guys here. And I love you guys to always share your opinions and let us know what we can do to help in any sector, whether it be mental health, legal for me, or anything else we can do. So I just want to say thank you.
Great, thank you all. So now we'll be moving on to our program updates. I'll be sharing some program updates regarding the IYS and some of our other grants, and then we'll move on to questions and then, through the rest of the agenda from there. So here we go. So a little update about the Illinois Youth Survey. This is a survey that takes place throughout the whole state of Illinois every 2 years. 2022 is an administration year for schools. So registration is now open, and we've been reaching out to our school contacts who assist in any registration issues they may have, or just let them know that they can go ahead and register, set up a date for surveying students. And the Illinois Youth Survey covers questions including alcohol, tobacco, and other drug use, perceptions about whether peer and parental perceptions about drug use and other behaviors, health and nutritional behaviors and actions, feelings about school, about community safety, and whether they feel supported about from their families. Are they receiving any support at school? All those types of topics. So it covers a huge variety of things that we want to make sure that we're getting that data from our schools in order to better address community needs. And so it helps us also apply for funding so that we're better able to address what's going on locally. So registration is open, like I mentioned. Schools can register between September 7th and April 30th. And then surveying starts around the time of January, and it goes through May 2022. So hopefully we'll be providing positive updates from here through the rest of the year. We'll be updating you regularly on what registration looks like locally. And yeah, please let us know if you have any questions about the IYS or if you would like more information. So our community youth services program, we have a couple updates we want to share with you all. We have started monthly Latinx parent support groups. These are taking place on Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Our first one is scheduled for this week, September 25th, and the topic is how to navigate FAFSA. And then we're also looking to partner with other agencies to host events for students. So we have FAFSA, we have a session planned for resume help in October. We have college applications in January and mock interviews in May. So yes, Brian, you have a question?
I saw that you guys need help with some of those. I ran a legal clinic at Harper, and they do have a program to help people with FAFSA, and I'm happy to connect you with that. And everything else we can help you with. So I didn't know if you guys had help with that.
Yeah.
I'll send you my email privately, but I wanted to just offer our services and help extending so we can get those programs. I'm sorry.
No, perfect. Thank you so much. That's exactly what we why we put this information in here, is to seek help from our partners in connecting with other agencies, or if you have any ideas for other topics or other sessions that may be helpful, specifically for Latinx parents, first generation students. Yes, Christy.
So while we're on this, because I'm so excited that you're hosting this for kids, I think it's really necessary, and I'm very happy to see this. So the thing that is always a sticking point for us in the years we've been trying to do things with the schools is we know, and maybe the YAC students can help with this, because I know if I do this, they'll probably be thinking, yeah, that's true. When you're in the school environment, and especially teachers and social workers in the school environment, you kind of know who the kids are that might need this help. How do we prod the school social workers, teachers, leaders to really say to the kids, hey, did you hear that there's some, FAFSA help and resume help? Are you going? Are you going? Like, I feel like somebody needs to address it with those kids, or even though we're offering it, they're not going to know we're offering it because they're not really paying attention, right? And so there are, a lot of kids that are in need are in survival mode. So it'd be interesting for the YAC kids to help with that, because you guys are in the school environment. And I remember when my kids were in the school environment, you guys kind of know like who the kids are that might need the hand to get to the FAFSA help and the resume help, etc. So, if you could just mull that around in your brains, and maybe that's something you guys could talk about at a YAC meeting, because that's the connection that we keep not being successful at. And I'm not talking about CPYD, I'm talking about me working for the state rep. We talk about it all the time. So just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. Okay, yeah, last little update here. We are hiring somebody, a part-time employee for the Hanover Township Community Youth Services Program. Folks can apply online on kennethyoung.org/careers website. Okay,
Marion, can I ask a question? The Latinx Parent Support Group, is that through Zoom or is it at Kenneth Young?
I believe it's in person right now.
In person at Kenneth Young. Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at our Algonquin Road location in Schaumburg.
Great.
All right. Okay. And then I also want to share an update regarding our Teen Reach program. This is a new program that or a new grant that we received from the Illinois Department of Human Services. Teen Reach stands for Responsibility, Education, Achievement, Care, and Hope. Program started on September 1st. We are currently providing after school programming at 6 sites in District 59 and District 62 middle schools. And we're required to address 7 core areas each week. So these include areas like increasing parental involvement, life skills education, improving educational performance, STEM lessons, service learning, and other areas. We are hiring for this grant. We are looking for contractual teaching assistants. So it's going to be a contract basis for the school year only. And so we are encouraging, if you know of anybody who is 18 years and older with reliable transportation and who enjoys working with middle schoolers, please encourage them to apply. Also at our www.kennethyoung.org/careers website. Yeah, we're just looking for teaching assistants that we're in dire need of in order to keep being able to implement this program. So yes. Okay. Next, we'll be handing it over to Krupa for media updates.
Yeah, thank you, Marion. So this fiscal year, we implemented new goals for the CPYD social media accounts. So we wanted to recruit and retain new coalition members. 2, we wanted to increase attendance at events. 3, boost engagement. And 4, raise brand awareness in service area. And we've had a 400% increase in engagements, which is really, really great. And what has led this is all of our videos, motion graphics, and even photography that we've been sharing. And so currently we are at 604 followers on Facebook, 470 on IG, about 250 on Twitter, and 180 on LinkedIn. And, the purpose of the coalition social media accounts is to inform coalition members of what work we're doing collectively through Kenneth Young Center. So yeah, it's nice to see that we've been growing over the years. So this year we have something that we want to try out that we haven't done before called Coalition Highlights. So we want to connect with you all, our coalition members, and film folks talking about how our CPYD values of a safe, productive, and healthy community show up in your work. we're more than willing to either come and film you or have you come to our center to be filmed. And this, I think, is a great way to foster ties between your work and the coalition, with us facilitating it. So if you're interested in this, which I hope you are, please email Dawn at dawnm@kennethyoung.org. And if you have any questions about it, please email Dawn as well. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you.
Thanks, Krupa. Okay, hold on a second. I think we have responsible gaming updates. There we go. Dan, would you like to provide this update?
Yeah, so I am the new manager of the Responsible Gaming Grant here at Kenneth Young. Our primary objective is to train the general public and healthcare professionals about warning signs of problem gambling, as well as raising awareness and providing resources available locally and nationally. Our basic goals this year is to provide training at 48 presentations for the community. So if in any of your work, you could see us being able to sort of come in and be able to do presentations and supply resources, please reach out to me. I'm going to put my information in the chat here. We would also like to look at, if presentations may not work for you. We'll also have a primary goal of having 75 different sites where we can drop off resources and resource cards to be able to make available for those who may be experiencing responsible gaming or gambling with inside of themselves or with inside of their family. And then also where appropriate, we would like to also conduct live screening at these individual presentations as well, to be able to connect people directly with resources immediately where they are. So yes, please reach out to me if you'd like to be a site, or if you are a site where I can drop off resource cards. And then also if you are interested in collaborating and doing a presentation at your local area, we would love to come in and do that.
Thank you. All right. Anybody have any questions right now regarding our program updates? Okay, you can always feel free to pop them into the chat or email us at your whenever you want. Right. So now we're going to move into the next section here. We're asking for you all to participate, take a couple minutes here during the meeting to participate in our annual capacity building survey. If you could please, we'll put the link in the chat, but if you could, if you pull out your phone, you can scan that QR code and it'll take you directly to the survey. We're going to leave some time here during the meeting. I'll put in a timer and then, take however long you need. I think we have set aside about 10 minutes at this point to participate in the survey. So yeah. Let's see here. And then if you finish early or, just come back to the meeting, we still have a big chunk of our agenda still ahead. So we'll leave that time right now open. We can paste the link in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions about the survey, but please, we encourage you to take it. It really helps us determine the direction of the coalition for the upcoming fiscal year. We'll review the results at our data and strategic planning subcommittee, and then go ahead and plan for meetings with the help of executive committee. So yeah.
And I just want to chime in with Marion and say, yeah, this is not the end of the meeting. So please stay with us after the survey, because we have some great information about recovery and drug take back coming ahead in the meeting.
We are live from Elk Grove Village. I'm here with Daryl Pass of the Kenneth Young Center's recovery team, who just put on a phenomenal event called Remember, Recover, Discover. Daryl, how was the event?
The event was it was awesome beyond words. Folks came out in support
Staff did a phenomenal job of helping to make this successful, and I'm just really, really grateful for how this came off today.
Awesome. And what was your favorite part of the event?
My favorite part of the event, if I must say, we had some awesome speakers, and but I think the favorite, this may sound a little selfish, but the staff here at Kenneth Young, how we all came together to make sure that this was just awesome community gathering, and we did just that.
Wonderful. And what can you say about the partnerships that you made here, or like folks that showed up in support of the event, maybe outside handing out resources?
The resource part of the event was also an unbelievable piece. We had treatment centers, we had detox centers, we had holistic individuals. We just had a plethora of information that was going on, and it was the folks appreciated it, because the ultimate deal was here is to educate. And we educate by reducing the stigma and increasing the knowledge. And listen, at one point, we really focused on the opioid. We broadened that brush and we focused on alcohol, mental health, and the formerly incarcerated, because those are things that we as a society struggle with as well.
Wow. I mean, that's incredibly powerful. And is this something that happens every year, or how often does this event, when can folks come up for the next Remember, Recover, Discover?
This event is always in September, which September is Recovery Month. We just started this year as well, Overdose Awareness Day. We had our first annual this past August 31st, which was a really good gathering as well. And then we jump over into September 1st, which is Recovery Month. So it's an annual deal. This is the third one. The first one was in 19. Due to the pandemic, we had virtual Remember, Recover, Discover last year. So coming together this year, being in person, but of course, all safety measures were in place, social distancing, temperature checks, mask. Everyone was comfortable. We had spillover rooms, the outside, and we just did it. It was just a phenomenal, phenomenal day.
Thank you for taking some time to chat with me, Daryl. And back to you. This has been CPYD News.
Moving on to our Recovery Month update and discussion, Eric Baranowski will be leading this first part here. If you want to share your screen, Eric.
Sure thing. And as I'm kind of getting set up here, please let me know if my Wi-Fi cuts out. We have had some issues with Wi-Fi in the past. But for this part of the presentation, if y'all could please either pull up on your phone menti.com, that's MENTI.com, or scan the QR code, the giant QR code right on your screen there. So Mentimeter is just a program that we use to make this presentation a lot more interactive, hopefully a much smoother experience. And once you're on menti.com, to please type in the code. I think it's at the top of your screen. Yeah, 1893 8150. I'll give you all a couple of minutes. Please feel free to put any questions in the chat that you might have. And if maybe folks could react with a thumbs up, maybe when you've got it set up, or if you have any
Hey, Eric, I had a question.
Sure.
Can we use Mentimeter on our computer and our cell phones?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sure. All right. Looks like I got a couple of folks in the presentation. How's everyone else doing?
Mine's super slow to load. I don't know if it's a service thing or.
Okay.
For me, neither the code is working nor the website. The QR code's not working nor the website. It just leads you to another QR code.
Maybe for the meantime, I mean, it's really only just kind of interactive in that way. We can just kind of skip it if folks are having a little bit of trouble on logging in. But just due to time, I'll continue moving on. I appreciate y'all at least giving it a try. Okay. So again, my name is Eric Baranowski. My pronouns are he, him. I'm the Substance Use Prevention Services team lead here at the Kenneth Young Center. And with Recovery Month in full swing, this being September, I'd love to chat with you all a little bit about Drug Take Back. It's an event we put on in October, so it's coming up quicker than it'll feel, I'm sure. So with that, here's a little bit about what we do. Again, the Substance Use Prevention Services team provides a number of services in the Schaumburg, Hoffman, and Palatine area, as well as Elk Grove. We work very closely with schools. We implement a curriculum that teaches kids how to make healthy choices, called Too Good for Drugs. When we're not in the schools teaching 6th and 7th graders, we are at events, we're tabling, we're out in the community. You'll be able to catch us at most, if not all, KYC events. Usually myself or my associate Camille Myers will be there. So we work very closely with our YAC. I understand a couple of folks or a couple YAC members are in attendance, so shout out to the YAC. Yeah, so the YAC provides awesome feedback for us. We create a bunch of communication campaigns. So there are posters that go up in schools, and essentially the YAC gives us feedback saying that, you know, either this is really awesome or sometimes brutally honest feedback, which is still very much appreciated. So shout out to the YAC members. Thanks for hanging out and for all your support. So Drug Take Back, back to Drug Take Back. Here's kind of a little history lesson on what Drug Take Back is. It was first approved by Congress in September 2010 as part of the Controlled Substances Act. It aims to provide a safe, convenient way for folks to drop off unused or expired prescription medications. And then it does occur twice a year in October and April. However, you can dispose of your medications year round. So if you've came out to any of our KYC events, you might have seen us with a similar list right here. What you see on your screen here is our Drug Take Back list, and it gives people locations, addresses, and hours on when they can drop off their prescription medications. So folks come with their, you know, instead of taking up all sorts of space in their medicine cabinet, they can come in, drop those prescriptions off in like a little baggie or whatever, maybe in just a container, and they dispose of it safely and you know, correctly. So a question, I'll open it up to folks. Essentially, this is when the Mentimeter would come in and you would kind of see your questions pop up on the screen. But why might promoting safe disposal of prescription medications be especially important today, right now? What could be going on this time of year? It's early, that's okay.
Lots of fall cleaning.
Fall cleaning, that's true. Fall cleaning, what I have listed on my notes are, you know, things like the pandemic, exactly. People are home and more stressed, thank you. It's the start of the school year, right? Folks are stressed. I mean, that's just kind of, holidays are coming up. Weather, I had that written down too. Cold weather means, you know, seasonal mood changes and mood disorders for sure. And so that they don't get in the wrong hands. Exactly. Lots of great answers. Thank you. And they're so colorful too. That's wonderful. prescriptions and the pandemic. So yes, this is especially important during the pandemic. So feelings of anxiety and depression have gone up significantly since the pandemic. Today, 4 in 10 US adults report feeling anxious, and that is up from 1 in 10 in 2019. Further, 13% of US adults reported a new or increase in substance use due to COVID-19 related stress. So the pandemic has certainly heightened feelings of anxiety, depression, causing folks to use more and more, prescriptions to, help themselves out. So how does the Kenneth Young Center participate in Drug Take Back? So typically we partner with the Elk Grove Police Department. We'll hang out kind of in their lobby on Drug Take Back Day, which this year is on October 23rd. We'll typically hang out in the lobby there, chat with folks as they drop off their medications. We're there from 10 to 2 p.m. We have resources, we have goodies, so feel free, come out. I'm a lot of fun, I promise. But we are also planning a collaboration with the Palatine Police Department too, hopefully. So, if that's closer to your home location, then we are hoping to be there as well. But more information to come on our social medias as well as we keep going. So at our last event in April, we collected 6 boxes of prescriptions weighing 155 pounds. Like, that's huge. That's a lot of stuff. Stuff that might have gone into the wrong hands, but instead was disposed of properly and securely. So I just love bragging about that because that's pretty cool. So why is Drug Take Back important? Why should we kind of make this initiative? So this is from the IYS 2020 survey that Marion was chatting about a little bit earlier. So of 8th, 10th, and 12th graders in Cook County, non-Chicago, 9% of those students see little to no risk using prescription medications not prescribed to them. 20% report it would be sort of or very easy to get prescription drugs not prescribed to them. Again, that's 1/5. And then 52%, more than half, report that their parents have not talked to them about using opioids for non-medical reasons. Given that there is an opioid pandemic on top of a viral pandemic, it starts in the home and it starts with that education piece. So I just found that data to be, pretty crazy. So question for you all again, how could your organization get involved in Drug Take Back? So what types of things could you do to support the initiative from your sector? So there are posters available. There's also social media graphics on the DEA Drug Take Back website, which I have linked a little bit later in the presentation. They're quick, easily downloaded JPEGs, PNGs that y'all could just post on your social medias. We have posters available. We have our Drug Take Back list that we hand out. In that sense, have students themselves advocate because they seem to have more impact on their peers. Yes. We're hoping to get YAC involvement. Exactly. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. I mean, so there's lots of different ways to be involved in Drug Take Back. Typically we table. So if you have any resources that you'd like to share while we're there, we could also, share resources with you at your events. That says for YAC, we could do safe drug use campaigns, flyers, and also surveys. Yes, exactly. We offer a Generation RX curriculum too that teaches students the importance of safe medication practices too. So yeah, yes, YAC is definitely amazing. Cool. Yeah, thank you for the answers. Awesome. Yay. So if you were interested in getting in touch, contact me. My email is ericb@kennethyoung.org. You could call or text between Monday and Friday. I left my phone number there. Here's the link right down there to the Drug Take Back Day website. It has JPEGs, PNGs, posters, lots of stuff like little toolkits for you to just kind of download and post on your social media. So no, graphic design needed, just download the image and post it up. We also have our drug take back list that we could share with you if you wanted to print out some copies and hand that out too. But it's super duper important. So wonderful. That's really all I have today. And I just have my sources listed here for the data I shared. So.
Great, thank you, Eric. So now we're going to move on to recovery support services. Let's see here. Daryl will be taking over this section here. Get back to the slides. There we go. Okay, go ahead, take it away, Daryl.
Good morning. My name is Daryl Pass, and I'm the manager of recovery support services here at Kenneth Young. Hope everyone is doing well. Before I even get started, I wanted to just reiterate the YAC folks, you young people are doing a phenomenal job. Just so really awesome to see you this morning and the input and the work that you are doing. Great job. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Miriam. One of the things I want to make sure I stress is when we talk about recovery, the brush is pretty broad in that folks equate that with sobriety. Sobriety is just that you're no longer putting any mind-altering substances in your being, but recovery is something totally different. It's a new way of living. It's being removed from the bondage of whatever that was that had you in the throes of addiction adversity. And so recovery is about behavioral change and transformative thinking. We really support those in our community who are struggling with substance use disorder. Again, the brush is broadened, where we're dealing with co-occurring situations where we're focusing also on mental health, as well as the formerly and the incarcerated. So these are three of the things, that we were involved in. This was the first drug take back we had in 2020, and it went over really, really well. We also had tabling at one of our other events, which was earlier this month, the Resilience Fest. And then we also had our first annual Overdose Awareness Day at Christ Victor Church in Elk Grove, which was a very intimate, impactful event. One of the services that we provide here at Kenneth Young is our support group, which is Smart Recovery. And Smart Recovery is a science-based, peer-led program. SMART is the acronym for Self-Management and Recovery Training. We have 3 of those groups going here at the facility, which I'm super proud of. We have the adult, which we meet virtually on Thursdays from 6 to 7 p.m. We also have a hybrid on Saturdays where I have folks that are in person, and we also still do the virtual as well in this beautiful room, as you see down at the bottom of your screen, and that is from 10 to 11:30. We also have the LGBTQ, which right now is just virtual, and that meets on Tuesdays from 5:30 to 7. And we have our youth group that's virtual as well right now, which meets from 4:30 to 5:30 on Tuesdays as well. One of the biggest pieces that we offer here is with overdose awareness is Narcan training. And we've had an awesome entity that's been added. The Illinois Department of Health Services has kicked off a program called the DOPP, which is Drug Overdose Prevention Program, where we as an organization are able to order, stock, and distribute naloxone to the community. Naloxone is an antagonist to opioids. And as you see on your screen here, there are 3 medications and that we use to administer that. We have the nasal, which is a 2-pack, 4 milligram nasal spray, which is what we use. We use that because it's more efficient and it's more accessible. The auto injector which you'll see in the back there, that's the trainer. That is something that is not very popular because just that package of injector, you have two that come in within that package, is $4,000. So people kind of steer clear of that. The intramuscular with the syringe and the vial, we don't promote that hugely because the syringe is a trigger. We use it, we do have it in stock, but it's not something that is our go-to. The go-to is the nasal spray. So I think we have, Marion, do we have time to, I want to fly through that, to share this video? You got a few minutes?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I wanted to share this because the first time I saw this video, it really just had an impact on me because this shows from beginning and for some of those an ending to what happens when a person is attached to substance use disorder, because we have to understand that it's progressive and if left untreated, deadly disorder. So check out this video real quick. Yes, that video is very, very powerful. It really is. And just so you folks know, we here, in addition to having a litany of recovery support services, we also, as I stated, are able to train with naloxone, do trainings, and we also are able to distribute. So if you're in need of training or Narcan to carry or to have at your particular businesses, contact us at Recovery Resources at kennethyoung.org, or you can reach us at the bad phone that I called it, which is 224-229-7456. Besides myself, I have an awesome team. We'll be adding another piece to our team. We have Mary Kay, Francis, and Demetrius, who will be available to assist you as well. So think about this. This is it's here, and we are dealing with it, and not just, as I stated, the brush has been broad. When we first started this, it was specifically opioids, but alcohol. The younger kids are being immersed in meth and just other addictive behaviors. So again, we have a plethora of wraparound recovery services and resources to assist in your needs. So reach out to us if that arises. Thanks.
Great, thank you, Daryl. So we're just about to wrap up our meeting here. If anybody has any questions, of course, feel free to pop them in the chat. I know we're just at the time limit here, but of course, you're always free to contact any one of us at KYC or any one of our executive committee members. We encourage you to participate in our subcommittees, as that's where a lot of the work gets done in between meetings. So yeah, thank you all for participating in this meeting. We hope you found it productive, beneficial, and just a great way to start the year. So want to remind you of our CPYD vision, which is to create a healthy, safe, supportive, and productive community. Our next meeting will be on November 17th from 10 to 11:30, and then we will be remaining virtual for the time being. So yeah, just keep in touch with us via social media. Keep in touch with us via our newsletter that's being sent out on a monthly basis. And of course, like I said, reach out to us for anything. Yeah, so on behalf of the executive committee, I know Yasi had to step out for another meeting. Again, thank you for being here, and yeah, have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone.